Hi, I'm Synclaire. I've been a Pathway member since October. Just for reference, I'm a 20-year-old college student, and I was raised Catholic. I have diverted from that belief system, but I've always had a very strong sense of spirituality, and that's also why I really got into this work. But how I got into it was basically I was having a very hard day because a certain boy was not texting me back. And that may not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but for someone who has anxious attachment and very low self-worth, not having that validation was extremely hard for me, among other things. And I was sent the podcast episode, I think it was 60 something, but I remember Lacey was talking to a woman named Alexi, and the whole topic was facing tests. And that just really resonated with me, everything they were talking about, from what tests were, what expanders were, what manifesting truly was, what enmeshment was. Like, I was like, wow, like someone's finally seeing me and talking about everything that I'm struggling with right now, not just with the guy, but in my whole life thus far. And I just felt so heard, and that my problems were actually valid, because I think a lot of times, especially as a teenage girl, because I was 19 at the time, you just feel like, oh, well, no one cares, everyone thinks I'm being dramatic, like blah blah blah. I never felt super comfortable talking about my issues, and with them, like two like strong women like on a popular platform speaking about things that I was struggling with so much was so enlightening. And I'm getting emotional, and but it really helped me at that time. And so I found the pathway, and I began with inner child. And I was realizing, like, it wasn't just the fact that guy wasn't texting me. It was just feeling rejected, because that stemmed from like feeling emotionally rejected by my parents, and then by kids at school, and bullying, and then it was all manifesting in a negative way into the guys that I was picking for myself. And it was also manifesting into the jobs that I wasn't getting, or the internships that I wasn't getting. I mean, say anyone who's like been in college, or even like trying to get out of like graduate high school, like it's really hard to get like a first like real job, like where you feel like this is furthering you in your career. And so I was getting rejected nonstop. I think I've applied to like over 200 internships, and I've rejected from like 99% of them. And I didn't see the connection until I started doing an inner child and shadow to see that the rejection I was feeling from the jobs was also connected to the rejection I was feeling from guys. And I just always equated those rejections were because I didn't deserve anything good. I wasn't worth this. I deserved to be punished. I deserved to like not like myself, because like if they don't like me, if these jobs don't want me, if these boys don't want me, then why would I want me? And I've been doing the meditations. I try to do them like 1 to 2 times a week. I do journaling, and at first journaling wasn't working for me, so I was writing things on my phone, and that was just more my comfort level. So just tailoring the work to yourself is really beneficial. And then sometimes I would be in the middle of like deep imagining, and I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. And I think it's so important not to be like, oh, I need to do this so I can just like make it through. Just stop. Like, if you don't feel inclined to do it, if you don't feel comfortable, just stop doing it. And like, also what really helped me with the work is, don't try it if you're hungry. Don't try it if you're tired, or you're really angry, or you're really sad. Just wait till a moment where you truly feel called to do it, and then you will get the most out of the work, I promise you. So I've been doing the work pretty consistently since October, and just this past week I was applying for like more internships, and I wasn't hearing back from my first one, because I was supposed to hear back from June 5th to like the last day to hear back was June 10th, and it was June 8th, and I was like, well, shit, didn't get it, as always. But it was a weird sense that I had where like my thoughts were so anxious and I was freaking out, but like my core was calm. And just learning with Lacey that like my belief system, I knew I could have it because I've done all this work, but still like my thoughts are, we think in such polarity, obviously, so I was still freaking out. But my anxious thoughts brought me to apply to this other job, for this magazine that I have really admired for a while. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just apply for it. I get an email back 2 hours later that's saying they want to talk to me. I gave my phone number, they called me another hour later, and then I got the job. And yeah, like just, felt so good, just like so proud of myself. And then what do you know, the next day, I get the other summer internship that I was nervous about as well. Like, I am just really happy. And I haven't felt happy like this in so long, and that I just feel like my own person. And because I know that the cliche phrase is it gets better, it gets better. And I think for so long I was confused why, if it's supposed to get better, like why isn't it like great right now? But I think the true meaning of that phrase is just because it's not the best doesn't mean it's not better, and that even these just small improvements are going to make such a difference later. You just have to be gentle with yourself and you have to be patient. But yeah, I just like want to say thank you, to be magnetic. And I really don't know where I'd be right now if I wasn't doing this work. And that's why everyone should do it. Thank you.